What's up everyone, this is the Tasmanian Devil here, and for the very first time you will see in this documentary just how much hard work and dedication I've put into the world of martial arts, aka Judo, that I have been doing for 3 or 4 years. And I thought it'd be a good time for me to try and release this documentary before the end of this year. And you could say this documentary is pretty much my road and my journey to the Alveston Judo Comp, which takes place not this Saturday, but Saturday next week on November 22nd, where I, the Tasmanian Devil, will make his active competition return for the very first time. And this will also be my very first time competing in Alveston. So, hope you guys got your drinks, snacks ready as we go through the journey of yours truly, the Tasmanian Devil. Enjoy.
Just because you have a disability doesn't mean you too can achieve your goals in life and make your dreams come true.
In Judo, if you want to be a champion, you gotta be willing to put it all out there on the mats and work and train your ass off day in and day out, and prove to everyone why you deserve to be the best. I've been doing this for 3 to 4 years, and I continue to get better every single week. So what are you even waiting for? If you want the opportunity to become one of the greats, come down to the Devonport Judo Club, where you too can become one of the all-time great martial artists, like Chuck Norris and like Bruce Lee. So what are you waiting for? Get your asses down here and prove to the world why you deserve to be one of the best.
Okay. So, 6 years ago, I met the love of my life. Her name is Belinda Hingston. And I gotta tell you, when she came into my life, she not only made me feel loved again, but she also completely changed my life for the better. So honey, wherever you are, I love you, and thank you so much for everything and that you continue to do for me in my life. I love you, babe. Whenever I go into the Devonport Judo Club, Monday and Thursday nights, to me it's more than just a club. To me, it's a family, a brotherhood. Like we all look out for our family members. And I am truly honored and blessed to be trained by some of the greatest teachers or trainers there. So I am eternally grateful to them. And I think that's what helped me, become more, confident with myself, both on and off the mats.
When I was young growing up, I knew I would be destined for great things. Destined for greatness. And when I was young growing up, my dream was to get into combat sport ever since I was 8 years old. And I'm not gonna stop until I achieve my goals in combat sport. My ultimate goal in combat sport is, like I'm sure every great combat sport athlete wants to be, a champion. And that's what I want to do. My ultimate goal in combat sport is to one day become a judo champion. And I promise you this, as long as I continue to train hard, both on and off the mats, the Tasmanian Devil will one day become a champion. You can bet on that. This Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, the Ulverston Judo Open is the date that the Tasmanian Devil not only competes in his first judo comp since March of last year, not only will the Tasmanian Devil be back on the hunt, but the Tasmanian Devil is 100% guaranteed back. And I am back to compete against some of the state's absolute best. And they say, to be the best, you gotta compete with the best. And that's exactly what I plan to do. And to everyone else who is competing, know this. I'll be watching. And I'll be taking a fair few mental notes right up in here. So, to everyone at the Alveston Judo Open who is competing, I wish you all the very best of luck. And now I look forward to stepping on the mats with some of you guys again. Sometimes in judo comps, you win some, you lose some. And you may get destroyed one comp, and then next comp you're done and noting the competition. But for me, I got beat. I lost all my fights, but at the end of the day, I've got nothing to be ashamed of, because I proved not only to everybody, but to myself, that I can still go and that I can still hang with the absolute best. So, you're probably asking, what's next for me? Well, all I can tell you is that I'm going to continue to train hard, both on and off the mats, so that one day at a judo comp, I will be standing on the top step with a gold medal around my neck. But until that day comes, I'm gonna keep on working harder and training harder than I have ever done in my life. And even if I do win a gold medal, I'm not gonna stop there. I'm gonna keep doing this until the wheels fall off. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my story. And this has been my journey. And this has been the journey of the Tasmanian Devil.